Have you ever wondered why your body feels heavier, slower, more tired than it did years ago, even though you're trying to do everything right? Have you ever asked yourself why so many people make it to their 60s and 70s only to feel trapped inside a body that no longer listens to them? What if I told you that the answer isn't your age, your genetics, or bad luck, but 7 foods sitting quietly in your kitchen right now, foods that look harmless, taste familiar, and yet are slowly destroying your body from the inside out? Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about something deeply important, something that could change how you feel every single day from this moment forward. This is not about fear, and it's not about blame. It's about awareness, empowerment, and reclaiming control over your health at a stage of life where energy, clarity, and independence matter more than ever. I want you to stay with me until the very end, because one small realization today could spare you years of pain, medications, and regret tomorrow. Let me start by saying this clearly: aging itself is not the enemy. Growing older does not automatically mean becoming weaker, foggier, or sicker. I've spent decades watching people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s thrive with sharp minds, strong bodies, and a deep joy for life. And I've also watched others decline rapidly, not because of fate, but because of daily choices they didn't even realize were harming them. What makes this so heartbreaking is that most of this damage is preventable, and it often starts on the plate. Here's the uncomfortable truth that few people tell you: many foods marketed as normal, convenient, or even healthy are quietly fueling inflammation, damaging your blood vessels, stressing your liver, weakening your immune system, and accelerating aging. You don't feel the damage immediately. It whispers before it screams. It shows up as stiffness before pain, fatigue before disease, forgetfulness before dementia. And by the time symptoms become obvious, the body has already been fighting a long, silent battle. Think about how often we eat on autopilot. The same breakfast we've had for decades, the same snacks we reach for without thinking, the same comfort foods that remind us of childhood or family traditions. Food is emotional, food is memory, food is culture. And that's why it's so hard to accept that something familiar could be harmful. But familiarity does not equal safety, and tradition does not guarantee health. As we move through this discussion, I want you to notice something important. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am not asking you to give up pleasure or joy. I am asking you to become conscious. Because when you see clearly, you choose differently, and when you choose differently, your body responds faster than you might imagine, even at 60, 70, or beyond. Let's talk first about the kind of food that slowly suffocates your cells. Highly processed refined carbohydrates may look innocent, but they behave like metabolic explosives inside your body. White bread, pastries, sugary cereals, crackers, and baked goods spike your blood sugar rapidly, forcing your pancreas to pump out insulin again and again. Over time, this constant demand exhausts your system, leading to insulin resistance, weight gain around the belly, fatigue, and an increased risk of diabetes and heart disease. What's dangerous is not just the sugar, but the repeated hormonal chaos these foods create. You might think, I've eaten these my whole life. And that may be true, but your body at 60 is not the same as your body at 30. Your ability to recover has changed. Your muscles respond differently. Your cells are more sensitive to inflammation. What you could once tolerate now leaves a deeper mark. This is why so many people suddenly feel like their health collapses after retirement. It's not sudden, it's cumulative. Now pause for a moment and ask yourself how often fatigue has become your normal. How often you wake up already tired. How often you rely on caffeine just to function. These are not inevitable signs of aging. They are signals. Signals that your body is overwhelmed, inflamed, and struggling to maintain balance. And the foods you eat daily play a larger role than you've been led to believe. Another group of foods quietly damaging your body are industrial seed oils. These oils are everywhere, hidden in salad dressings, packaged foods, restaurant meals, and even so-called healthy products. Corn oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, and similar refined oils are highly unstable and prone to oxidation. When consumed regularly, they increase systemic inflammation, disrupt cell membranes, and may contribute to joint pain, cardiovascular disease, and cognitive decline. Your body was never designed to handle these oils in large quantities, especially not over decades. What makes this particularly tragic is that many people switch to these oils believing they are making a healthier choice. Marketing has convinced generations that these oils are heart-friendly, when in reality they may be doing the opposite. This confusion has cost people their mobility, their mental clarity, and their independence. And once again, the damage doesn't announce itself loudly at first. It accumulates quietly year after year. Let's talk about something even more emotionally charged to ultra-processed meats. Bacon, sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, and similar products are often deeply tied to comfort and routine. But these foods are loaded with preservatives, nitrates, excess sodium, and inflammatory compounds that place a heavy burden on your cardiovascular system and digestive tract. Regular consumption has been linked to increased risks of heart disease, cancer, and metabolic dysfunction. The body sees these substances not as nourishment, but as stressors. As people age, their detoxification systems become less efficient. The liver works harder, the kidneys filter more slowly, the gut lining becomes more vulnerable. This means that what once passed through your body with little consequence now leaves behind a heavier residue. This is why digestion changes, bloating increases, and inflammation becomes more noticeable with age. The body is telling you it needs cleaner fuel. Now consider artificial sweeteners. Many people turn to them believing they are avoiding sugar and protecting their health. But these substances can disrupt the gut microbiome, alter insulin responses, and confuse hunger and satiety signals. The gut is not just about digestion. It is deeply connected to immunity, mood, and brain health. When the gut is disrupted, the entire body feels it. Anxiety increases, sleep worsens, inflammation spreads. If you've ever wondered why your appetite feels unpredictable, why cravings feel stronger, or why weight management feels harder than ever, it may not be a lack of willpower. It may be chemical confusion caused by substances your body does not recognize as food. Your system thrives on simplicity, not deception. Let's pause here and reconnect emotionally. Think about what good health really means to you. Is it living longer or living better? Is it walking without pain, playing with grandchildren, traveling freely, or simply waking up feeling clear and alive? Health is not just the absence of disease. It is the presence of vitality. And vitality is built daily, bite by bite. Another silent destroyer is excess added sugar, especially in liquid form. Sugary drinks, flavored coffees, fruit juices, and sweetened teas flood the bloodstream with glucose faster than the body can manage. This not only accelerates insulin resistance, but also increases oxidative stress, damages blood vessels, and fuels chronic inflammation. Over time, this contributes to heart disease, vision problems, nerve damage, and accelerated aging. Many people say they don't eat much sugar, yet unknowingly consume large amounts through beverages. Liquids bypass natural satiety mechanisms, making it easy to consume far more than intended. The body doesn't register liquid sugar the same way it does solid food. This is why cutting sugary drinks often leads to dramatic improvements in energy, weight, and blood sugar control, even without other changes. Now let's talk about refined vegetable-based spreads and margarine. Once promoted as a healthy alternative, these products are often highly processed and contain trans fats or trans fat-like compounds that interfere with cellular function. They contribute to inflammation, disrupt cholesterol balance, and impair blood vessel health. Your cells rely on healthy fats to maintain flexibility and communication. When those fats are damaged, everything downstream suffers. As we age, brain health becomes a central concern. Memory, focus, and emotional regulation depend heavily on fat quality. Feeding the brain damaged fats is like fueling a high-performance engine with contaminated oil. It runs, but it wears down faster. Another food category that deserves serious attention is packaged snack foods. Chips, cookies, and similar items are engineered for overconsumption. They combine refined carbs, unhealthy fats, salt, and artificial flavors to override natural fullness signals. This constant stimulation exhausts your reward pathways, making real food seem less satisfying. Over time, this disconnects you from your body's natural wisdom. Ask yourself how often you eat because you are truly hungry versus bored, stressed, or emotionally unsettled. This is not a personal failure. It is a designed outcome. Recognizing this gives you back power. When you choose foods that nourish rather than hijack, your body responds with stability and calm. Now, I want you to stay with me for this next part, because this is where hope becomes action. Removing or reducing these 7 foods is not about deprivation. It is about replacement. When you create space, better options naturally fit in. Whole foods, real proteins, healthy fats, fiber-rich vegetables, and clean hydration support your body's natural healing processes. Even after decades of strain, the body retains an incredible capacity to repair when given the right conditions. I have seen people in their 70s lower blood sugar, reduce medications, regain mobility, and rediscover joy simply by changing what they put on their plate. The human body is resilient beyond what most people believe. But resilience requires cooperation, not constant assault. Let's be honest about something else. The healthcare system is excellent at managing symptoms, but it often arrives late in the story. By the time prescriptions appear, the body has already been compensating for years. Food choices are not dramatic enough to make headlines, but they are powerful enough to determine your daily reality. Here's another question to hold in your mind. If a food consistently leaves you more tired, more inflamed, or more dependent on medication, is it really food, or is it a slow poison disguised as comfort? This question is not meant to scare you. It is meant to wake you up. As you listen to this, you may feel resistance. That's normal. Change challenges identity, but remember, you are not your habits. You are the one who chooses them, and choice is ageless. Every meal is a new opportunity, not a punishment for the past. Now imagine yourself 6 months from now. Imagine waking up with more energy, clearer thinking, steadier balance, and less pain. Imagine needing fewer pills, fewer doctor visits, fewer worries. This is not fantasy. This is the predictable outcome of aligning your diet with your biology. I want you to understand something deeply. Your body is not broken. It is responding exactly as designed to the inputs it receives. Change the inputs, and the response changes. This is true at 20, 40, 60, and beyond. As we move toward the end of this message, I want to leave you with something unforgettable. You deserve to feel well. You deserve to feel strong in your own body. You deserve clarity, dignity, and independence as you age. These are not luxuries. They are outcomes of respect, especially self-respect. So here is your call to action, and I want it to stay with you. Look at your kitchen today. Look honestly, without judgment. Identify just one of these foods and make a conscious decision to reduce or remove it. Replace it with something real, something your body recognizes. Then notice how you feel. Awareness leads to momentum, and momentum leads to transformation. If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about, someone who deserves to feel better but may not know where to start. Your action today could change not only your life, but someone else's future. Your health is not behind you. It is waiting for you right now with the next choice you make.